Hello everyone, Ceri the Crafter here, that's C-E-R-I the Crafter, and I'm back with another Margarete Miller challenge. So this week is week 27, is it? It is 27, there you go, let's put the bookmark by. Have a quick look at the prompts. If I lift them up, there you go. Fabulous. I'll go through what I chose in a few seconds. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sunny day here in Wales. I've got the windows open, so if you're hearing birds fluttering and tweeting, that's because they're in my garden and they're on the windowsill outside my room. So hopefully that's not too disturbing for anyone, and hopefully no one's going to be traumatised by that. So let's move that up to there because we know that's roughly where it can be seen. I've got my... I've got a frog in my throat. I still don't know where that sound came from. Glue book, I've got glue, I've got the art glittered glue, just in case. Well, I don't think I need that this week, but I'm going to keep it here just in case. Scissors are normal, smoother is normal, a bit of distress ink, just in case I need it. Not something I do a lot of in this challenge, but I've got it there anyway. So let's have a little bit of a look. Now this one, I must admit, I'm struggling with this one, guys. I've gone through the prompts, I've gone through, nothing is really inspiring me, so I'm hoping to pull it off. I'm going to go a little bit in a weird direction, so let's just see how that goes. So something that turns or spins. I had a few things, right? That's some sort of protracted calculator type thing and it spins. Clock hands turn. A record player, the record turns, ballerinas and ballet dancers turn and they spin, and here is a planet and a planet turns. So you can see I'm a bit all over the shop really with this one, but that's sort of my starting point for what spins or turns. Let's not drop it on the floor, Griffiths. A list. I had a couple of bits of dictionary and I thought those look like a list to me, so I'm going to use those. An advertisement. I've got a label which could be an advertisement. I've got actual advertisements and I've got some pictures of vintage posters. So you'll begin to see a theme in a few seconds of where I think I'm going with this, but I'm not sure yet. Graph paper or a portion of graph paper. I've got graph paper, I've got something with a graph on it, and I've got some squares that were graph paper. So again, bit of a mixture of those. Something that emits heat. Well, wasn't that a fun one to look for? I have an old light, lights emit heat, and I've got a fireplace with a chimney, that emits heat. As I said, let's just not judge until I've tried to put this together, and then we can judge all that we like after this. Pieces of washi tape, that was probably the easiest thing of all. I've chosen these washi tapes and I pulled out these washi tapes because they've got different pieces on and there's colour involved. And the reason I did that is I went through and tried to find some sort of theme for this one because nothing really came out to me. So I pulled out some of these art scraps because I like the colour of them, and I pulled out book pages and old book pages, and there's another list there and there's another list there, just old book pages, but it's mainly this colour I was attracted to. Then I went through my stash of stuff and I found all these clippings of like carnival stuff, like there's a merry-go-round, that turns. I have no idea who that masked person is, but there you go. And I thought maybe I can do a sort of carnival type theme to this. Do you know what I mean? I'm still playing and I'm still trying to get to grips with it. So we might or might not use, do not know. I also pulled out some postage stamps with cycling on because those spin, and things to do with the planets because those spin. And then I just pulled this out because I liked it. I keep wanting to use it and I haven't yet found out where I'm going to use it. So it might be on here somewhere as well. So as you can see, bit of a mismatch. Not really sure what I'm doing. Where do I put the tear ruler? Tear ruler. I'm lost without my tear ruler. So I think it's just a case of I need to start building. I'm not really sure where I'm going with this, so bear with me. And I think we need to just put down maybe some book page things just so I've got some sort of background going, and then I'll take it from there. So I'm not going to be picky, I'm just going to literally put book page pieces down because I think the only way this might work is if I don't try to control it. So if I just let the spread develop itself, and we'll cross our fingers that it's not an absolute mess at the end of it all. And if it is, well, you know what? If something doesn't look good, I've at least learned a lesson along the way. Don't do that again. It's the normal lesson, and I've just knocked the glue over. It's not boding well, is it? Not boding well at all. Let's get the glue off the top of that. So just keep sticking things down. I will freely admit I haven't had a chance to go through comments, guys, so I can't really say hello and hugs and highs and all of that because I haven't had a chance to look at them. It's been another crazy week with lots of stuff going on, which isn't bad. I mean, there's plenty of time to be still when you're dead, as I say. So these, by the way, don't go in the bin. They go in a box which is over there, and I use them for other things in the future. You'll probably see them creep up in future tutorials when I'm doing other things. I mean, I do know some people use them to make journal tags and journal cards. Some people use them to reinforce things. Some people use them, well, I mainly use them to create backgrounds and stuff like that. So there's lots of different uses for them. So just get that as it goes. I might have to, well, not might, I will have to trim that later. I'm not sure I'm going to get that up. Yes, I did get that up. So as I said, it's a lovely sunny day here. We have to make the most of it because it's not always very sunny here in Wales. I always joke that you can always tell when you've entered Wales. It starts raining. So, and 99% of the time I'm not wrong. So let's put this piece down. Some of this paper is really, really old. I think I got this in, I think someone sent me this in Happy Mail, to be honest. I think it was Happy Mail. I don't get a lot of Happy Mail, but that's okay. I don't mind that. I'm hoping that people send Happy Mail to people who they think need Happy Mail or need to boost their stash of stuff. And if you don't, sorry, I've just suddenly assumed everyone knows what Happy Mail is. Happy Mail is basically, how do I do this? People who have a lot or have a glut of things will sometimes support those who are just starting out on their crafting journey by putting together almost like a little parcel, a little package, and they'll send it to someone. Maybe it's one of their subscribers, maybe it's one of their followers. Maybe it's just someone they've noticed is struggling a bit for stuff, and they will just go and send it to them. Sometimes it's anonymous, sometimes it's with a little good luck card in it. Sometimes it can just be as simple as a pad of paper. Other times it can be a massive box of stuff like fabric and pieces, stencils, stamps. It depends on who's sending it and how generous they're feeling. And it's just a nice thing to do. I've done it once or twice, I must admit, but I haven't done a lot of it, but I have done it once or twice to people. Just to let them know that they're not alone, really. I mean, I like the idea of doing it. Some people actually say it's a rack as well, which is random act of kindness. That was another one I've heard used. I don't like it going all the way across there. That's another term I've heard for them as well. So yeah, so that's out there. I wish some of the crafting companies would do it more instead of the individuals doing it. Purely because the individuals are being very generous, I know, and supportive. But you know what? The big craft companies are the ones who've got enough money and enough product that it would do them good to be sending some stuff out randomly and anonymously to people as well. I just think that would be quite a nice thing to do. So if there's anyone out there from a big company, you know, why don't you think of that as a marketing ploy? Just every now and then choose the name of someone that's maybe a follower or a subscriber or someone from your email list or your newsletter list, and just send something out to them completely unasked for. They'll probably call you up and go, have I received this in error? Well, it should be funny in itself, but just do something like that. I mean, it's probably not going to cost you a lot as a big business to send something out to somebody, but you know what, to that person receiving that, it'll mean the world. And if you really want to talk about it, it'll probably be a really good ploy. I mean, if I found out a company was doing that, I would probably support that company as well. I'd go, you know what, they're doing something nice in the world, and as my T-shirt here says, be kind to people. I know it's a mantra or mantra. Do you say mantra or mantra? Mantra, I think it is, that Gail Augustinelli has embraced, and kindness is the key to basically what she does and sharing, and I love her for that. That's absolutely fabulous. Right, I've got this bit of sticky stuff that did come on a roll with washi, so I'm going to put that on here somewhere as well. I think I want to tear it though. Let's put that down there. It is quite sticky, so I don't think I'm going to need glue on it. Although you watch it prove me wrong in any second. I'll just peel straight back off the page. But as you can see, I'm not really going with a plan with this. I'm just putting stuff down. Just trying to create a background. Can I trim that off? So I'm going to turn this around a bit. Hopefully that doesn't make you feel sick with me spinning that round. Just cut that off so I've got a better idea where the edge of that page is. Let's turn it back again. I believe that was about where you can all see it. I get a bit paranoid. I do wish when you looked through the iPad in video mode it showed you exactly what you can see, but it doesn't. It only shows you, like, I can only see up to here and here on my iPad, and I can only see up to there and there. Although I do know you can see quite a bit further. It gets a bit frustrating, and I don't know whether it's me, I've got a setting wrong or something. I don't know, but anyway, that's just me. So now, do I want to use any of the graph paper in here? That's feeling very, very light compared to what I've just put on here. And there is graph paper there, so maybe this needs to go back in the parking lot. That poor piece of graph paper has been in and out the parking lot so many times. One day I just need to stick it on the page and go with it, really. So I'm going to pop this by there, and I have no idea why I put it there. I just have. There you go. Right. So let's see what else is going on here. I think we might try and cover these bits up a little bit as well. Sorry, I'm having a thoughtful moment. Right, I'm going to take this calculator thingy out of here, because that may go onto the page separately, but that actually gives me pieces that I can just cut or tear to add down there. Oh, this old paper is so fragile. So there you go. So hopefully everyone's doing okay. As I said, I haven't actually had a chance to get comments from last week's collage, so hopefully you liked it. I did like it in the end. I must admit, it was another one of those I was a bit like, oh, not sure about this, and then it developed, and then it just happened, and I ended up really liking it. I'm talking about this one here. I ended up really quite liking that. And when I looked at it the next day, I went, no, I don't need to do anything to it. It's fine as it is. So let's just see if I tear a piece across there. What's going on in Britain? Nothing that I can report of, to be honest with you. The dreaded virus numbers are rising due to the Asian, is it the Asian version? The version that's in India, basically. We've now got it here in the UK, which is a bit scary, I think. But I mean, what can you do? It's unless we actually lock all our borders down, stop people travelling, we all lock ourselves in our own houses, which some people would like us to do, I'm sure. How are we ever going to break the back of the situation we're in? And I don't know. Is there a solution? Who knows? Answers on a postcard, maybe. I don't know what the solution is, or else I'd probably be in control of the country. And I'm obviously not, for very sensible reasons. You don't want me in control of the country. I'd probably make it mandatory that everyone crafts. So and everyone learns to cook would be another one I'd like to put in place. The amount of people who cannot cook, like even the most basic of food. When I went through school, sorry, I'm a bit of a rant now, people. When I went through school, I was the only boy in school to actually do cookery. My cookery teacher absolutely hated me. She thought, well, she was very old school. She thought a boy's place was not in the kitchen. Little did she know that I eventually ended up becoming a chef. And it was no thanks to that woman, I can assure you. So I've now heard, I mean, I don't know whether this is worldwide, obviously, but here in Britain, cookery just seems to be, well, not cookery, I would say, basic household skills just don't seem to be taught. I mean, literally, I mean, when I was a boy in school, we were taught to iron, to sew button on the shirt. We were instructed on doing laundry and stuff like that. So, I mean, I cannot believe those skills are still being taught anywhere. So, but yeah, I think they should be. I really do think they should be. Okay, right, let's stop my rant and ramblings. Let's have a little look at what we're going to do. So, let's deal with turning and all of that lot. Well, we have the clock thing. Funny, I always put it up there, so let's put it up here. And I might want to cut around that. The ballerina works for me, but I don't feel I'm yet convinced. So I'm going to put that to one side. I like the music box, or gramophone, whatever it's called. I quite like that. I really did like this, but it just all of a sudden doesn't seem to fit. So maybe that and my carnival people will go into another one for the future. There's something about that that's now not working for me, which means this may come back in again. Right, we had advertisements. Now that's an advertisement. That's kind of an advertisement. And Al Jolson is a kind of advertisement. This I think I'm going to put with the carnival stuff. This was going to be used if I used the carnival stuff because it was bright and breezy. We're not using that now because it's not going to be bright and breezy. I'm going to put this to one side, and as I said, hopefully in the future that might get used. We've got something that gives off heat. It's a bit of a random light just up in the corner, and I've got a stove. So, let's just colour me random, shall we? Trying to work out some sort of sense on where things need to be. That's right. This is bothering me that this is white around the outside edges, so this is going to be probably painful to watch because I'm not the greatest at fussy cutting, and especially not in a circle. I've tried in the past, excuse me, to craft punch these circles, and my craft punch doesn't really cut them. It just sort of crumples them up and folds them. So not a successful exercise, should we say. So, but I'm far happier with that without the white around it. I do quite like this, and I don't mind that on there somewhere. I think I probably need to make some decisions about the bigger pieces. So let's just stop fussing around, and I do like that. Right, I'm going to tear this down along the edges. Who is this? Renee Jean-Marie. Oh, hello. For those of you who don't know, I used to be a professional dancer. I trained at the Laban Centre for Movement and Dance in London. I also trained at the Studio Centre in London, quite a few years ago, obviously. I studied classical ballet and contemporary dance, or I think you call it modern nowadays. I'm not 100% certain. It became very obvious I'm a jazz hands, smiley sort of musical theatre person quite early. And so basically they helped me transfer to the Studio Centre, which was more of a stage school. So so the ballet and all that gave me a really good start as far as technique goes. But then I went into musical theatre, and there my whole career laid for quite a while. So yes, that was an interesting life. I miss being on stage terribly, but you can't keep going continually because age has something to say about it. Let's put it that way. So, right, I'm thinking I do want to put this lamp up here, but I think I want something behind it, and I'm thinking this. So yes, I did enjoy it. I had about, probably about a 16, 18 year career as a professional dancer, singer, actor. I can't say I'm the best singer in the world, but I'm okay in the chorus. My nerves have too much to play when it comes to singing. I don't believe I sing well, although I've got a few major auditions as a singer, but that still doesn't make me feel like I can sing. But I can sing, but it's not something I enjoy. I'd be the one throwing up in the wings, let's put it that way, before going on. I did enjoy it, though. I loved being on stage. That's probably why, that was probably the precursor for the TV work I do now, because effectively I'm on stage, but it's a lot bigger stage, because I mean anyone on the planet can actually watch the TV shows I do. So even though it is a shopping channel, it's still global. So, but I try not to think about that when I'm actually doing one of my shows, because I think I'd freak out about a bit if I was like, ooh, there's how many billions can be watching this at this moment. I don't think they ever have billions watching the shopping channel, but potentially, let's put it that way, potentially there could be a lot more people watching than I'm giving it credit for. Right, I've sort of been sticking things on and completely lost track of where I am. Right, something that spins or turns, that spins or turns, that spins or turns, and this lady probably spins and turns remarkably well. Lists there and there. Advertisement, right, advertisement. I need to make a bit of a decision. I don't mind that covering up slightly. I don't know whether, actually that one does kind of work there, doesn't it? I wish I'd have put that on afterwards and could put on top of that, but it does cover up one of the lists, but we do have another list there, so let's put that by there, just so that I don't procrastinate myself in and out of a dilemma. So, actually the thing I didn't grab was music paper. I think music paper would have worked really well on this page, but hey ho, not thinking, not planning, just doing. So let's put that on there. Although I do have music washi tape, and washi is one of the things I can use. Although this and this is effectively washi. Right, the fire is not going to go on there. It does emit heats, but so does a light bulb. So that's that one gone. Other advertisement, let's park that by there for a second because I'm not sure. The clock, I do like the clock. It just needs to have a home, really. Where's 12 on this thing? I always get confused about 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It must be up here. There's 12. Okay, yeah, isn't it terrible? I'm horrible at Roman numerals. Maybe there. Do you think there? Let's put that there. So, again, another sticker. I don't know why I have stickers. Oh, I'm good at that one today. There you go. What's happening with me? Just work, really. Just trying to get everything sorted out, trying to make the most of my time whenever I've got time to make the most of. I've lost 12 again. There it is. So I'm trying my absolute darndest to make the most of the time that I've got when I've got it. I am prepping for another TV show, which is on the 20th of July, and then I've got another one coming up in August. I can't remember, it might be and when is it? I think it might be the 27th of August, and that's another launch. I think that looks too modern there. Here's a funny moment. Oh look, I'm wearing a really big t-shirt. Ha ha. So, sorry, I've lost the plot, people. I've lost the plot. Call the doctors. It feels a bit sparse to me, but have I got everything? I've got something that spins or turns. We've got a list. We've got, and there's one under there. We know it's there, but that's fine. An advertisement. That's a poster advertising the show. Graph paper. There is graph paper there. Something that emits heat, which is the light. Pieces of washi tape, which is the only thing that's missing, really. This feels too white for me. So I think we need to add some washi, and I still have the stamps that I liked, and I think the stamps will go on. So let's have a little bit of a look and see if I've pulled out the right washi with the music on. I have pulled out the white washi with the music on. There you go. So let's stick some of that down. Let's see if I can find the end of it. I'm terrible at finding the ends of things. There you go. There it is. I'm like, is this being really painful for anyone other than me? So, I'm going to glue my washi, which anyone who's watched any of the others knows that I don't trust washi to stick down, so I always glue my washi. And I'm putting a big strip of it right down there, because that's, to me, that's the obvious place to put it. I do want more washi on this page though, because I really want to, oh, can't tie the washi. I really want to make more of a theme to connect all of the elements, because it does feel a little bit disjointed to me, to be honest with you. Stick that up there, because that covers up that blank spot. And another piece, because we know I like things in threes. Let's find a home for this little bit here. If I can get it off my glue page. There you go. I think if that goes, actually no, it's the wrong place for it. Let's pop you right in the middle of there. Right, now I think I want more washi than that, but something in a different colour. I love that one, but I need something different on this page. Actually, I've got this washi that looks a bit like graph paper. So let's see, put that one to one side. I do love these hoops. They've been absolutely perfect for what I was looking for. Right, do I want the lighter one? Actually, I wonder whether I want some black on here. We've been down this route before, haven't we? Where I've been undecided and then found out black works perfectly for me. So let's do a little bit of this. A little bit, says he, when he's ripped off about 6 or 7 inches of it. But that's fine. There you go. So, has anyone started booking the holidays yet? Because that seems to be the main focus of everyone's conversations in this country is, have you booked a holiday? And I'm like, are you serious? Is that the first thing you want to do when you're out of lockdown is go on holiday? When some of you, sorry, that sounds very judgmental, when some of them have actually been furloughed or on holiday for their job for over a year, and the first thing when they've gone back to work is they request a holiday. I'm like, seriously, people, you've just been on holiday. I mean, I know that most of the planet would not agree with my next statement, but the children have been homeschooled and out of school for large amounts of time. Would it really have been such a sacrifice to give up the summer holidays that they normally have mid-year and actually make them go to school? I mean, seriously, it's like maybe they could spend those weeks catching up on the curriculum items they've missed. I mean, is it just me thinking that's an obvious choice? Sorry, frog in the throat again. What's with this frog thing anyway? Okay, right, I'm beginning to like that. I know I can put stamps on here. I'm wondering whether I need to pull something out of here colour-wise, because when you take that out, everything's very much muted tones, but that isn't. So I need to pull something across, and there isn't really. There's blues and purples. I'm thinking plain this time. I'm drawn to the purple on here and the purple there. So see if I can put some of the washi of that on there. Oh, and there's the end. It was meant to be, people. It was meant to be. So yes, that's just my view of what I think should happen with the children. Give them a fighting chance to catch up before exam season comes in. That's all I can think of. It's like, because really your youth is when you learn the best, and I think they've missed so much. I mean, I know that, the schooling nowadays is far beyond what I was actually learning and taught when I was a youngster. And I've seen some of my friends' children's homework. I wouldn't know where to begin. I wouldn't even know what I wouldn't even understand half the questions they have to answer. So for me, I'm like, oh, bless you for your work you've got to do. But then nowadays, the competition for jobs and work and university or college places is so high. You've got to get it. You've got to put the work in. And I think we should help the youngsters as much as possible. So I think that's where I stop with the washi. Love the washi. Washi needs to stop. However, now that I've got the colour pulled through, I feel a little bit happier. Now I need to work out what stamps I want. Now I quite liked the cycling ones, and I quite like the circling of the planets ones. Now I do have 5 here, which doesn't bother me in the slightest. I'm not sure the circling of the planet ones actually works for me. I'm wondering whether I just need to have 2 of those on there. This feels very vacant down here. I wonder whether that grouping of 3 might work. I've got these 2 left. I don't have to put them down. I mean, that's completely up to me, obviously. This just feels a bit too bright and modern. Maybe that needs to come out of the equation. Curiouser and curiouser. Let's think about this in a different way. If I put those there, put that one in there, and put that one across there. How do I feel about that? I don't know how I feel about that. I feel there's lots of round things on this page and not many round things on this page. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, the O and that is probably the only circles on here, whereas you've got this, and you've got this, and you've got this. Maybe if I distress the edges of the stamps, they won't be so in your face white. That's the only thing I can think of. Yeah, I might be happier with that. I think it's the whiteness against what we've been working on that's beginning to annoy me slightly. And as I said from the beginning, this one doesn't feel right to me. This is one of my more challenging challenges. Right, let's just glue these suckers down. Let's pull that down. I think I may have moved that up again, sorry. Right, let's put you at the top. I think at the top is exactly where I want you. And I quite like that about there, which covers up that space. Is space covering the space a problem? No, space is a problem for me. So I'll line that up as much as the one above, because they are the same country, the same stamp grouping, so that should be fine. I'm still undecided. Somewhere over here doesn't work for me, and I don't know what it is. truly do not know what's not working in there. I wonder. Bear with me, I'm just going to pull the ephemera book down a second. I've kind of got an idea that I remember seeing stickers that have got music things in them in this here somewhere. Yes, I did. That's quite large though, isn't it? I wonder if I can get that on there. And then put the stamp over the top, or maybe not at all. Actually, that might work there. If I put that right in the middle of there, and then tone it down a bit with a bit of distress ink. Let's turn that page over so I don't get stuff all over this. Right, I think we're going to do that. Let's take the risk and put that on there and see how it looks. And then I may not use those last two stamps at all. Let's put this in the bin or the trash before I lose it and then find it a few days later stuck to something else. So I do quite like these larger washi stickers. I tend to use them quite often. The only thing I don't like them is they're usually white, and that's a problem in that I then have to make them not white, if that all makes sense to anyone. No. So, right, do that. And if I take the vintage photo and just do a circling motion over the top, it just knocks that whiteness back slightly. As you can see, it just helps blend it into the background. Right, I am liking that now. That works, but we do have a big gaping hole here. And what would I put in there? I'm really not feeling these two stamps. I know we always reach for a butterfly, but is a butterfly the right choice? Let's move the glue book out of the way and see if I can have a little bit of a look through. I don't want to use a butterfly. Let's not use a butterfly. I could put a flower in there. That would work. Because you would give flowers to a ballerina at the end of her performance. Why is it I'm always trying to create a story around collages? Have you noticed? Even I noticed, and it's me. So, yes, I think flowers in there will be fine. And then I think we're probably done. Oh, that was quick. It was meant to be, people. It was meant to be. So, right, if I pop that in about there. If you're wondering why I always use a scraper to smooth things down, it's usually because I've either got ink or glue on my fingers, and the moment that I do something like this, if I touch it, I then contaminate the surface that's sticking upright. So I like that, that's fine. Okay, let me have one more little look down these prompts and bring it in so you can have a real good look with me. So, something that spins or turns and spins. She turns and spins. That turns. That turns. In the showbiz world, he's got an act, but sometimes it's called a turn. So there you go, that's a bit of history. A list. We still have a list, it's buried behind, but we can see that list. An advertisement, that's an advertising poster, that's fine. Graph paper, we still have graph paper in there. Something that emits heat, which is that. Pieces of washi, there's washi all over this flipping thing. Do I think it's done? I think, whether I think it's done or not, it is. I'm just going to stop now because I know I'm probably going to meddle and end up putting too much on this page. But I wonder again, so here I go doing it again. I'm just looking at this spread now. Where's my... I don't mind that there actually. I don't know that it's got anything whatsoever to do with anything in the prompts. And it seems weird that I've stuck a sticker down and I'm now going to stick something on top of it. But I do quite like that there. I think it's because I've eventually found something that's got the right colour scheme for it. you know what, it's an eclectic page and it's mine and I'm putting it on there. So I'm going to do the back of this with the art glitter glue. Oh, I'm not very good at gluing with this pointy thing. I'm not used to it. So let's just see if I can get that off there. I don't want it all smudging under the edges. Right, so if I put that in by there and hold it down with my hand for a few seconds while I struggle to put the pin back in the top. I can't do the pin, guys. There you go. Pin in the top. Okay. I think we'll call this our Ode to Gail Augustinelli page, because she's such a generous, kind heart, and the word kind will always remind me of her. So Gail, if you're watching, this one's about you. So, right, I think we're done. Well, not think, I know we're done. I'm finishing that page. That was week 27. As I said, it wasn't one that came easy to me, I must admit. I've struggled with this page. I pulled it off, but I'm not sure that it will not be one of my, I must look at that page on a regular basis. So, okay, let's leave that there. Here is my social media links. I'd love to see you like me, share me, follow me, subscribe. It would be wonderful, and comments are always welcome. I will do my best to get answers to all the comments as and when I can and as and when time allows me, but I promise you at some point I will always get back to the comments. So thank you very much for that. I'm Ceri the Crafter, that's Ceri the Crafter, signing off for the moment. I'll see you next time. Bye bye now.